Today we're going to be talking about the visual sprint planning tool from Timon. What makes this app stand out from other sprint planning tools, or the customary sprint planning using the Jira backlog view, is the visual component. The graphical representation gives a real-time perspective of the plan, which is useful for planning even a single unencumbered project that has no outside influences. If, like me, you don't just have cross-functional teams on a single project, but the same people working across multiple projects, this is the most effective way to go about your sprint planning. When you first open the app, your attention will be drawn to the graphical display at the top of the screen. This display supplies you with all the information you need to plan effectively. Along the left side is all the people who have work assigned to them in this project, whether in a sprint or just in the backlog. If any of these people also have tasks assigned to them in other projects, beneath the graph you will see all of these projects listed and color-coded. The color coding will match the list of tasks assigned to each project, as you will see in just a jiffy. The project we are primarily planning for, that is the one selected at the top, will always be listed first. I say primarily because there are also a lot of actions you can take on tasks that are not on this project, but may affect this project's sprint plan. For example, you may decide to move a task or story for a different project out of the sprint, in order to allow more to be done on the project we are planning. This will be demonstrated when we look at the individuals on the plan. The x-axis indicates the number of days in each sprint, and next to each person, the number of remaining days they have assigned to them per sprint and project. If there is currently an active sprint, the number of days or hours left in the sprint will display leading up to the first vertical sprint line. The orange vertical sprint line indicates the end of the sprint named on the line. Hovering over the graph next to a person's name will bring up a summary showing exact details of everything they are working on. Listed beneath the graph are all unresolved tasks for the selected project. Tasks are displayed in order of the sprint they belong to, with tasks in the backlog at the bottom. Other tasks will appear as we start to drill down into each person's workload, like this. Each line begins with a color-coded block containing the letter I, for info. The color matches that of the project shown beneath the graph. Clicking this block will bring up a summary of the task without leaving the page. This summary can be repositioned and resized to keep it out of the way. The task column contains an icon indicating the type of the issue, such as story or task, and the key. Clicking this will open up the original issue in Jira. The assignee, version, and estimate can all be edited in this view. This is also a good time to review with the team that the estimates are realistic. Since assignee and estimate affects our plan, the graph will refresh whenever either of these fields is changed. Watch. Clicking on the status of a task will allow you to transition it to any valid status allowed by the workflow. Closing a task will also update the graph as it means the issue no longer needs to be on the plan. Note that as you make changes, the original values are shown in the original values column. This allows you to keep track of what has changed, and also provides a shortcut for undoing the action by clicking it. While learning how to use the app, it is quite safe to make any changes you want, as nothing is committed back to Jira until you update your changes once you have completed the planning. The last action that can be taken is to move tasks between sprints and the backlog. This can be done in two ways. You can either grab the line by the summary field and drag it like so, or right-click on it and select from the options displayed like this. You also have the option to bulk move tasks by checking the boxes next to the tasks, or selecting all tasks in the sprint, and then doing the same thing as we did for a single task. Once the plan is complete, you can either update it or discard it. If you want to abort and start again, click the reset button. Or, alternatively, review all the changes that will be applied by clicking the review button. You are still able to make changes to tasks that appear in the review. Perhaps you've changed your mind about something and want to undo it. Or you can return to planning by clicking cancel. Otherwise, if you and your team are happy with the plan, go ahead and click commit. All these changes will be updated into Jira.